As you know, we got really got to put this picture up. So that's Matthew and Jonas Rickard. Sorry, apologies, Jonas. Can't believe I got your name like that. But that's the two men that won that breakaway for 173 kilometers. The length of the race was 174 kilometers. Matthew Rickard assisted Matthew Van Der Poel up until about 20 to go, and Matthew got caught with 750 meters to go. If he would have won yesterday, my goodness, it would have been. I was everybody wanted him to win yesterday, but what we had to talk about a couple of things. So we got to big up Greg LeMond. Greg LeMond. So he so if I move this up, he becomes the what is it? He becomes the first cyclist to be what's it awarded the I can't see what it says awarded the USA's Congressional something of honor. So he got a big award. So big up to Greg LeMond for that. So we had to acknowledge him for that, Greg LeMond. And today it's all about Poggi and then the leaving of the race of Yao Almeida. But remember, if you just coming in, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. So yesterday it was all about Matthew Van Der Poel, and then sorry about that, Jonas is getting cut off in the picture. But the winner of yesterday was this man, Tim Merlier, and he is just on fire, winning his second sprint stage over Jonathan Milan. It was a pure sprinter sprint yesterday. So at the end of the day, I think the favor was always in Tim Hilaire's favor. Um, I want to talk about my man Benny, but Benny's not doing too well. But the crazy thing is, here's the crazy thing. Even though Benny wasn't in the picture yesterday, he was sixth place. When they topped out at the speed, he wasn't losing and he wasn't gaining. So he's showing that he has the speed. And the defining thing is it's going to be like Cav when Cav did last year, just finding that moment to get in there and just get that win. And and this is one of Benny's teammates. I mean, it was a horrible day for Intermarché for the last couple of days for their injury wise. And this is one of the riders. And before they covered it up, because he hit the ground and then he rolled. When he hit the ground, he scraped pretty good, but then he rolled into the grass and the mud. So the wound got full of sand and dirt. I've had that happen in a race, and you go down and they gotta clean the stones out of your wound. That's so flipping horrible. So this was him yesterday, and Intermarché had the other rider. His knees is all bandaged up as well as his elbow. So yeah, it's looking touch and go for Intermarché. I mean, they're not having the success that they had last year, but they are still fighting on like warriors. So let's get into what does today's stage look like. We can't even see the stage. Why is it doing this to me? But anyway, this is the profile of the stage. Let's look at the length of the stage. I think it's like 100 and it's not that long. It's a 163 kilometers today. So in miles, that's 60%. It's roughly about 100 miles. And what's the elevation gain? So they don't put the elevation gain on here, do they? Um, Race time online, elevation. So elevation is not on the page, which sucks. So if you go to the day before, it always shows you the elevation, but not showing you the elevation at the moment. So let me just go back and see if I can do something, see if I can get the elevation for the day. Info, profiles, info, and I'm pretty sure if I go to profiles, it'll give me the elevation. So let's go down a little bit. And timetable, finish, commentary. So it's still not giving me elevation. I want to see what the elevation is today. Elevation is going to be something crazy because it's 8. Even though they're not really long climbs, it's 8 3 to 5 kilometer climbs. I think most people would say that this is more in the favor of Tadej Pogacar because like this the Pew this it's in Sanasi. The Pew did the Sanasi. It's 3.3 kilometers, and the whole climb is in red. So that's going to be one of the harder climbs. It's a category 2 climb, which is that uh, most of the climbs are category 2 except for the third to last climb, all category 2 climbs. So I'm trying to see that where that climb is. It's all in red, but the average gradient is not that high. So it looks like it's no. Is it even a okay? So it doesn't look like it's one of the points, one of the climbs that are in there with the points. So we got to look at no. So it's not one of the climbs. So it must be. It's the last climb. Sorry, it's the last climb. So the last climb of the day, and it's a category 2. It's 3.3 kilometers, and it's got an average gradient of 7.7. But even with that average gradient, it's much. The climb when they have it on the thing, it's all in red. So how it's only 7.7 is crazy. But anyway, gotta bring back the picture of Matthew and one Jonas Ricketts. So they're getting ready to. They're actually on the start line. They're getting ready to start rollout. They'll do the neutral rollout. It's like right now they're going to call up the jerseys. So right, they're getting ready to call up like the leaders jersey. Obviously, Pogacar, Tim Wellens, Remco, and Jonathan Milan. So those are all your leaders jerseys getting ready to get called up to the line. And then once they get to the front, so that all the fans and spectators could see the leaders jerseys, because that's how they start. They put the leaders jerseys at the front, and then they get on with it. But I wanted to just to talk about what the stage is looking like. I can't find the elevation, what the elevation is for the day. The information on the elevation. I probably have to go to a different page to get that, which sucks. I don't, have to go to another website to get the elevation information. I really wanted the total elevation for the day. Um, all stage overview map. So that's that one. Yeah. So it's not giving me the total elevation for the day. I really wanted to see the total elevation. I know it's going to be something crazy. I'll probably be able to bring it to you later. And so a little bit lackluster today. So sorry. But yeah, that's what it's looking like for today. I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. There was the obviously the massive effort by Vanderpool and Jonas Ricketts yesterday. I mean, that was a stunning effort. I mean, stunning effort. Uh, I don't know how. I'm pretty sure every person that was watching cycling was hoping that Matthew Vanderpool would take it to the end, but he was unable to. Um, Today's stage. What's going to happen between Jonas and Pogacar? It's going to be a tough day. Now, if Jonas has been suffering, like he doesn't do so well on the harder climbs, and now you've got 8 of them, except for the category 3 climb, but then you got 8 climbs, and they're all pretty much similar, short, and more on the punchy side. Jonas is going to have, he's going to have to be on his P's and Q's today because like they said he likes the long climbs. Like he's obviously looking to like Mont Ventoux and the climbs like that, but we're not there yet. So today is a day where he either could solidify himself and say, "Okay, I made it through this day," or today is a day where he could possibly lose a lot of time. You got guys like Kevin Winkelin, Oscar Unley. I think Oscar Unley is going to do really well today. I think Oscar Unley's, if you want to put your money into somebody, to get on the podium today, I think Oscar Onley is going to be one of those guys to get on the podium today. Oscar Onley, Kevin Banquilin, yeah, Lipowitz. I think Lipowitz is going to do well. Look for Lenny Martinez to try to get into the breakaway. I'm pretty sure Lenny Martinez is going to try to get into the breakaway without a doubt. If he doesn't, I would be very surprised if he doesn't. Very surprised if he doesn't. So yeah, he was struggling in the beginning of the earlier stages, like he's trying to get his legs about him, like he's still suffering from, just doing was it what was it, the Dauphiné? Like he was still suffering off of the Dauphiné, like he hadn't done anything between that, and he just came to the tour, and the legs were just like seized up, and he had to get unwind, get the legs loose. So I'm hoping that I'm looking for Lenny Martinez, Lipowitz, and Kevin Winkelin to make today's race exciting. I'm looking for Pogi to possibly put more time on Jonas, and I'm also looking for Jonas to survive the day to show people that he can do these types of climbs. Ramco needs to hang in there because he doesn't want to lose that best young riders jersey and the podium spot to Kevin Wanklin, because Kevin Wanklin's going to be on his ass, boy. And then also, uh, what will Roglic do? I haven't mentioned him the whole time. What will Roglic do today? I would love to see Roglic just be there all the way in the end, just be in the mix in that final group all the way to the end and not getting shouted out so early. Roglic needs to be there. So now all of the you got the whole Rizmo team are going to come to the fore. You got Sap Kuss. We haven't heard anything about Sap Kuss, but you will see Sap Kuss today. Sap Kuss will be on the front, supporting Jonas Vingegaard. And today is the day you're going to see the the talents of UAE coming to the front. No João Almeida, but the team is deep, and there is no shortage of support for Tadej Pogacar. And if you were unfamiliar as to who's on Tadej's team, you got Jonathan Navarez, who's going to be one of his main guys in the mountains. You got Pavel Sivakov, and Adam Yates. Those is going to be his main mountain guys, and the backup mountain guy is going to be like Mark Soler. Mark Soler, basically, he's just everywhere. So that's why he's in there. He can, but Niels Paulett will also lend something. Niels Paulett and Tim Wellens will be earlier. These guys will go first. Tim Wellens and Niels Paulett, those will be the first guys to sort of use up all their resources because they're not really known as climbers. And then the next one to go that in support that'll be left supporting will be Mark Soler, and the remaining guys that'll be around Pogacar will be Navarez, Pavel Sivkov, and Adam Yates. Now, the only way that this doesn't happen is if Team Visma do something stupid like EF did in in the in the Giro d'Italia, where uh, Carapaz got on that last climb and just totally destroyed everybody, even his whole team, and then where Adam Yates was able to roll away from the everybody and win the race. So if Visma, if they try to play that card where they're going to try to ride hard and where everybody, if Jonas is isolated with Pogacar, that's not a good thing. And if I guarantee, if Jonas and the Visma they are able to, isolate Poggi, so it's just Jonas versus Poggi, I guarantee Remco will be in there somewhere hanging around. Then you also have Lenny Martinez if he isn't going in the break, and then you got Florian Lipowitz. These will be the guys that are going to be the biggest threat to Jonas Vingegaard. So I hope that um, Visma plays it smart, because I think this tactic that they're doing, trying to ride hard and wear everybody down, is is putting I think it's putting more pay to their chances than anybody else's, because Jonas does I don't think Jonas has the fitness that Poggi has. I don't think Jonas has the fitness that some of the other riders like Lipowitz and some of the other like Kevin Winkel, and I think these guys are in better shape than Jonas Vingegaard, and I think it's going to show. So I think if Visma go ahead and go all in like that, I think it's going to be problems for Jonas Vingegaard. And also, they burned a lot of matches yesterday on the front. Like you didn't see UAE on the front. You saw Poggi near the front, just making sure he didn't get caught behind any nonsense and stuff. So, but otherwise to that, for the better part, all Poggy's lieutenants were back in the group, and like not catching the wind, while the Visma team were on the front, nailing it, trying to do some damage. Why are you burning those matches? Like, why are you burning those matches? That's crazy. That is utter. That's crazy. That's madness to me. Sit back and just wait for the mountains, and do your thing. So now after yesterday, and Wolverine's he's not gonna be a factor because yesterday he was struggling. He was getting dropped when the pace was going up, and it almost looked like Visma when they were at the front, and somebody must have radioed that Walt's off the back, and then they got off the gas. They got off the gas so that Walt could get back on. So yeah, I don't know. People really want Jonas and Visma to do something, but the they already showed the hand, and you can already see the um the strength of Visma. You can see it. It's definitely not at the same strength as UAE. So I don't think it's the same strength as UAE. But anyway, I think the race is about to start. I should This is going to be an interesting day. They're gonna get right into the mountains right away. And let's see. We have 67% on this guy. Going to It's gonna see where the race is at. You can do that on here actually, but I want to see where it's at on the television. As they have started. So let's see where they are at. Sports. Now, and you got to look up for the video I'm going to put up talking about the pro cycling stats. So if you need to get any information about cycling, you need to check out pro cycling stats. So as John is talking.
Great success in Massif since last year. How well do you know those climbs coming today? Yeah, I know them pretty well. I did a recon here in the end of April, so it will be a very hard day. It's just basically up and down the whole day, no flat meter. So yeah, it will be very, very hard. Yeah, very, very hard.
So that's Jonas talking, and that's the breakaway show. So the show is saying 4,450 meters of total elevation. And if you want to know that in feet, you just times that by 3. So you're looking at like 12,000 feet of climbing. So that's a lot of climbing. That's a lot of climbing on any day. And so they're showing the final 26 kilometers is 1,000 feet of climbing in the final 26 kilometers. So it's going to be a tough day out there. Going to be a tough day. And like I said, I'm really surprised to see Visma going so hard yesterday, and it's the day before such a tough day. You would think they would like try to conserve themselves so that they can really get into, get into like today, because all DACs are going to need to be on hand today. All hands, all hands are going to be all hands are definitely be needed to be on deck today. It's going to be a tough day, and I think this is more of a day for Poggy. I think Poggy's going to put some time on everybody, and then it's going to be the other guys battling to see who could stay on the podium. Remco's going to have to battle for his spot to make sure he stays on the podium. Um, Kevin Van Quillen, Oscar Unley. Man, I really think Oscar Unley is going to do well. Oscar Unley. And I think the mantle's going to change from Red Bull Bora Hensbro. It's already changing. I think it's going to change from Florian Lipowitz to Primoz Roglic. So like over the next like even after today, after this tour, but over the next few months, I think that will be solidified. I don't know how much longer Roglic is going to race, if he's going to do the Volta as well, or if he's just going to wait and focus until the Giro d'Italia next year. So we're just anxiously waiting for them to start, showing the the race in its entirety, and they are looks like they haven't made it to kilometer zero as yet because no one started racing. I'm pretty sure once they do make it to kilometer zero, then it'll be on and popping. And the climbing really starts. So it's 165K. So with 160, it looks like 161K. Well, I'll say 162K is when they start climbing. So right now they're going to sort of start roll down into like a little bit of this really small dip, and then after they go in that dip, it's probably about half a kilometer. And let's ask Scotty as to say.
What can you tell us about it? Yeah, it's a really hard stage. There's no specific climb where you can say that the race is really going to start from, but it's just up and down all day. And I think it's just going to be on the pedals. And if a team like Visma really want to light it up, then it can cause a lot of chaos, I think.
A lot of chaos. That's exactly what we're expecting.
So, and everyone's always already talking about Visma. Like it's just they just like, oh my goodness. To me, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. Why do you want to waste all of you? You think you're gonna so. Vingegaard is the strongest guy, and obviously Poggi is a little stronger than Vingegaard. So if you're using all of your resources to try to get rid of Poggi, if you get rid of Poggi, then you're probably going to get rid of Jonas and Vingegaard as well too. So it's just crazy to me that like just let the race play out, let breakaway go up, and let Jonas, because it's just like if they race really hard today, even though there's a rest day, this is all to the detriment of Jonas Vingegaard, because it's going to get super hard after the rest of the day over the next few days. And another crazy thing I think is pretty mad that so they're still neutralized. They're about to go into a little bit of downhill a bit. They're still neutralized, and yeah. So I think it's crazy as well that like this is the first rest day coming after only 10 days of racing. That's a long way to go. 10 days of racing before the first rest day. That's a lot, man. And as hard as they've been racing, I just think it's a bit much. It's definitely a bit much. And I think if they wanted, if they were going to make the racing this hard, the rest day should have came after day 7. 7 days rest day, 7 days rest day, and I don't know who they what is the thinking, because they I don't know, they think they're gonna hurt the best riders. If you're hurting the best riders, like you want to level out the playing field, you're gonna hurt the best riders. What are you doing to the weaker riders? Like it's like I'm just wondering, is there any thought to what's going on? There's also a article I want to look up. And, let me see if I can get it. If it's going to be on this phone, if I can play it for you. Hopefully, it's here. So this is I think his name is Mark Woods. Yeah, his name is Mark Woods, and he's talking about like the rules and the regulations and everything they're doing to try to slow the sports down. And it's a bit crazy. It's a bit wild. Here we go. No volume.
Blog about the chaos. Mike, I don't know how you found the time, but last night you wrote a very long and interesting blog about the chaos yesterday and how this sport needs to become safe. I'm going to read, just for reference, you gave sort of 4 things you think should happen. Lowering speed, decreasing penalty size, reducing distraction, and rethinking the relegation system. Probably can't go into all of them, but you can just sort of summarize some of your thoughts.
Yeah, it's been fun writing this blog. I'm trying to keep it going throughout the tour. It's nice. It's a good way to kind of just get my mind out of thinking about pinning on numbers and how many carbs I should eat for the day. It's just a nice distraction. It's a bit cathartic as well. But yeah, I went into safety details yesterday, particularly because of the presentation we had at the start of the race, where I just felt like it was they didn't really, the presentation really didn't have a strong understanding of what needs to be done, and was off the mark just by blame on the riders. I think, like I said in the blog, athletes are always going to push up against the limits, and the lines, they're going to always push against the lines that are drawn by the organizers of sporting events. And I think it's on the organizers to create rules that are going to make the environment safer. And I outlined 4 points. There are other points that I think could make the sport safer, but 4 of the ones that I really do think would change the game are getting rid of the relegation system. I think the relegation system creates a lot more stress, a lot more racing for placings further back, which creates crashes. And I said reducing the peloton size. Right now at 184 riders at the speeds we're traveling with the road furniture that exists, it's just so dangerous. The safest race I did last year was the Olympic Games, and it only had 90 riders. Also, with less bodies, there are just going to be less crashes. And it also will reduce speed because you just have less guys riding the front. And that went to my next point of reducing speed. I think we are going too fast. Dan Bingham had a really good presentation a few days ago regarding gear sizing and how that's not going to affect speed really and increase safety. And I agree with them. I think other measures that need to be taken are reducing drag, getting rid of motos, and just making changes to the equipment. Oh yeah, and the last one is reducing distraction. Garmin's, radios, all those things are creating a lot of distraction. And you wouldn't do that when you're driving down the street. You wouldn't have all those distractions. So why are we doing it in bike races?
Mike, there's another couple of really interesting points about the kind of clothing you guys wear, and you drew the comparison with ice hockey, a sport that you know well.
Anyway, he's talking about pads and all of that stuff. But when he's talking about relegation, so basically they've sort of copied what the Premiership does. Like, so you have the Premier League and you have First Division. So if you win First Division, you move up into the Premier League. If you're at the bottom of the Premier League, you move down to the First Division. So which is what they're doing with the regulation thing. So this is what he's talking about. So now the teams are racing harder because they want to get promoted. They don't want to get demoted. So it's just stressing out a lot of teams. It's just stressing out, and this is where a lot of the crashes and the accidents are coming from, because teams that wouldn't normally be up in the sprint are getting involved in the sprint and just making things dangerous. So like somebody I think who shouldn't be, taking part in the sprints, I know his team needs points, is Brian Cookard. He's not as fast as everybody else. He's always going for the intermediate sprint points, which is crazy to me, but he never features in the final sprint. So why are you going for the intermediate sprint points if you're not featuring in the final sprint? Leave that for the guys that are sprinting. It just seems odd to me. It seems really odd. But he made a lot of good points. Take from that what you will. That was pretty interesting. And let me see, there's something else that caught my eye yesterday as well too. So this is apparently there's a little bit of called Bottlegate. I don't know if you heard of Bottlegate. Bottlegate is a Bogacha and isn't Jorgen Mario Jorgensen. I was forgetting his name, Mario Jorgensen. So let's hear about this Bottlegate. What happened? So okay.
We watched you back from yesterday. In one stage in a feed zone, you were going for a bottle, and it looked as though Pogacar's arm was outstretched, and this led to you missing the bottle. What happened?
I don't need to comment publicly, I think, but yeah. I missed the bottle.
We'll leave it at that. Yesterday, when you guys were getting bottles, and looked from the cameras that your hand was on Jorgensen's shoulder and he missed the bottle. Can you remember it and what happened? And will you speak to him about it today?
Yeah. There was a feed zone, and we were riding one line. I showed intention to go to for my bottle, for my swan year was like 20 meters after Visma, but they decided to pass us on the right side. So if I wanted to take a bottle, I could not do anything else than give him a little bit push so I could catch my bottle.
Did that part of that, or was it just like a normal gesture?
From me, it was normal, but I don't know what was their intention. But they do this a lot of times, coming in front of you when it's speed zone, like if they are the only one having the bottles there. So yeah, sometimes you have to be patient and stay on the wheel when you're taking the bottles and pay respect to the everybody.
One of the small things to ask you about from yesterday
So that was something that you didn't hear about like immediately in the media, but it did come out, and they asked Poggi and they asked Medio Jorgensen. Medio was more laughing, but apparently they all sat down, like both teams sat down, and it's no big deal. These things happen, and we try to. But I think at the same time, it was probably a little play that Bisno was trying to get over on UAE, and they do these type of things. They try to play mind games to one another. So we're about to hit kilometer zero. The chief commissioner is about to start the race. It looks like he's about to start the race. He's just waved the flag, and we're on the way with race stage 10. And right on the front, it looks like Simon Yates is on the front, and it looks like a group. I can't see. I see. Okay, that's Bahrain Victoria's on the front, but it's not. It's not Lenny Martinez. I thought it'll be Lenny Martinez trying to go, and you got is that Yatesy? No, Campanats, because Campanats is wearing a regular helmet, so it's hard to tell because he always wears the arrow helmet. And then you also got Quinn Simons up there. Yep, Lenny Martinez is like fourth or fifth wheel. So like as I thought, Lenny Martinez will be definitely trying to get into the breakaway today. And then right off the bat, you got somebody from Arcade B&B. Looks like he's having a bit of trouble, but he's still in the group. He's not getting dropped. There's Raul Garcia. He's like the last man on the road. And like going up here, they're on the first climb. Basically the race is starting on the first climb. And when the race started, it looked like he had a bit of a gear issue, and he had to make up some ground, but he's okay. So we got one Israel Premier Tech rider that's off the front, and they're gonna put his name up in a second. Chris Nealons, he's off the front. Israel Premier Tech, and the group is across the road, and then we got one rider attacking. Looks like another Israel Premier Tech rider trying to come across. He's too far back to see. You can't make out who it is, but basically they're just starting going up, 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 and this first climb looks like it's three. What's that? One is that 1, 2, 3, 3 kilometers and a bit is the first climb. So it's going to be a bit of a doozy. It's going to be a bit of a doozy, this first one. So this is what the whole day is going to be like. The whole day is going to be pure pain. Like Oscar Onley said, like it's just going to be a day that there is no respite. So it wasn't another Israel Premier that was a Groupama. So I'm looking for Lenny Martinez. I'm pretty sure Lenny Martinez, because I think is Lenny Martinez wants to get the polka dot jersey. I think that's what Lenny Martinez is after. So we see Valentin Madwas. He's going across to catch with Christian, and then we got a couple riders. So it looks like that move's getting shut down. Like, everybody's coming across now. So that first move's getting shut down because everybody wants to get across and be in that early breakaway. But even if you get in the breakaway, what you're going to have to do is climb out of your skin because they're going uphill. So there's no flat to get away. So if you are getting away, you are one of the climbers. So that's why I'm looking for Lenny Martinez to get into this breakaway too. So they got another attack, RK B&B rider. He's attacking on the left. And looks like they caught the Israel Premier Tech rider. And there's nothing going away just as yet. So he's got about 1,000, 2,000, 3 seconds on the everybody so far. So that's what, and then it looks like it's Lenny Martinez, like on the wheel of somebody trying to go across, and then there's 3 more riders. So correction, the Israel Premier Tech rider and the Groupama are still away. Arkia B&B, and then you got Lenny Martinez, his teammate, trying to drag him across. So I think this move might work. So we'll see, because it looks like the group is sitting up a little bit, but this is the day for Lenny Martinez to go and take a stage. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is it 7? like 7 riders. Looks like they're off, and it looks like 3 more riders trying to get course. 3 more makes it 4 more riders, and then riders keep trying to go course. So long as this happens, it takes longer for the break to get established. And they're going uphill, so it's no hiding. So you got Bahrain victorious, and the Bahrain victorious rider is on the front, riding hard for Martinez. Then it looks like Campenaerts, he's trying to get in the group, and then at the front of the group you got Tim Wellens. Looks like Tim Wellens is trying to bring some type of order to like what's going on. So he's basically sitting on the front and just trying to keep a tempo, which I said, like, Tim Wellens will be one of the early domestics for UAE that they use. So he will definitely lose that polka dot jersey today. So Tim Wellens, okay, they passed Tim Wellens, someone else from on the front from EF, and then you can see now Bahrain is on the front, pushing it hard. Lenny Martinez, and they're trying to. You can see that the group is trying to uh, spread across the road and sort itself out. But guys are still trying to go across to to get everybody who wants to be in the breakaway. Everybody can't be in the breakaway. Just crazy. So it's surprising to see Victor Campenaerts up there. So I don't I don't know. I think UAE. I mean, Visma's thinking they're going to get that same type of thing where they got in the Giro d'Italia, where Yates was able to ride across to ride across to Wout van Aert, who was up the road early. Who went up the road early. Let's see. So it looks like it's one long line. Lenny Martinez is still at the front, so that's where he needs to stay. He just needs to stay near the front. It looks like the group is sort of together. There's a bit of a line. All he needs to do is stay near the front because because there aren't enough guys in this race that climb as well as some of the best climbers. And then as the climb gets steep, that's when the break will form. So Martinez just needs to be. So Lenny Martinez is definitely my pick for the day. He's my pick to take care of the business. So this is Alaphilippe. He's going off the front. So we saw Alaphilippe do really well in the Tour de Suisse. So we know he can, like, he has some type of form, and it is Bastille Day. Let's not forget that it is Bastille Day. So we're not surprised to see Alaphilippe going off the front, and he, you know, it's the national Bastille Day is a national French holiday. So basically, this is like the preceder to the climb. It's like a little bit of a bump, then it flattens a little bit, then it's gonna get into the main part of the climb. So it looks like Alaphilippe is off the front, and I think the guys are probably going to sort of just. It might make sense to just sort of just chill until the climb starts. So Alaphilippe is getting a march. He's got a good. That Like, he's got 12 seconds on the group already. Got 12 seconds on the group. So I think Alaphilippe is going to get in the break. So I think it's going to be a race for the breakaway today. Definitely going to be a race for the breakaway. So it's going to be a long day. I'm not going to be here all day online talking about what's going on. I should probably make a new flyer and then put play-by-play up. Got a few more people trying to get across. Somebody from Alpecin, Isidro Prima attack, who changed the colors just slightly. It's more of a purpley. And then you got the Una X Rider. And Julian Alaphilippe is just like, it's Bastille Day, baby. It's Bastille Day. It's a French national holiday. So, and the guys are just started. So Alaphilippe has 15 seconds, and the guys are just started, and they're pouring water over their heads because of the heat and stuff. So we got, looks like a group of 5 chasing Alaphilippe. So I'm pretty sure Martinez is going to go again, but I think Martinez is waiting until the climb starts, and then he'll probably try to bridge across. So it doesn't make sense burning a whole pile of matches on this flattish part before the climb really starts. So Alaphilippe is out. Alaphilippe is Got 17 seconds on the peloton, 9 seconds on the pursuers, 158 kilometers left to go. It's going to be an interesting race. It's going to be an interesting race. So it looks like Alaphilippe is settling into. So if anybody to go with Alaphilippe, he's probably wanting Michael Storer to come with him. So if he can get the win, you would hope that Michael Storer will get the win. But if they give enough Julian enough daylight, he'll take care of the business. So I think this is probably the one day he's been looking for. It's a French national holiday. Even if the group catches him, he's going to be pretty hard to get rid of. He's going to be super hard to get rid of. So they are now onto the climb. They're onto the main part of the climb. Onto the main part of the climb. And who's on the front? So it looks like Julian is just like collecting himself as it looks like the group that was chasing got caught because I don't see them anymore. Yeah, this is going to be a really good day. So that's why they caught them, because they were trying to, the big guns were trying to be the first ones through because it narrowed up. Like it was a really narrow entrance to the climb. So all the main GC contenders wanted to make sure they were near the front when they got onto the climb. So this is where I suspect like Martinez will go. People like Martinez will go and try to. So the climb is not easy at all. It's pretty steep. So you got a rider, Harold Tajida. He's at the back because he had a puncture already, and he's a pretty good climber. So it's the last thing he wants is to be stuck on the back like that. So you got Alaphilippe, who's now only about like 4 or 5 seconds in front of the group, and then the guys are really pushing on, like after Alaphilippe. So it's crazy how so many people are pushing on, and I think that that it's just going to be a war of attrition today. It's definitely going to be a war of attrition, and even though the guys ride faster today, the guys back in the day would have been like, it's a long day. If we're going to let it break off the road, we'll let it break off the road, and then we'll race the last 3 or 4 mountains. So it doesn't make sense to you know do 12,000 feet of climbing all out. That's insane. It's insane. So what's coming over the team radio from Tudor Woods? Probably someone speaking to Alaphilippe. It says, "Be careful, Lulu. You are alone. Now starts the steep climb." Yes, it does. So they're trying to get across to Alaphilippe, and his team is telling him, you're doing a good job, but try to be smart. So in all of the climbs, they're short kickers. So yeah. So as you don't see Visma on the front because today is so tough. So Quinn Simmons is back to the front. Looks like Niels Poulet. You got Lenny Martinez. Who else? Can't quite make up. Who's that? Someone who would have loved to have been there was Harold Tajida because he's at the back. He rides for Astana. He had a mechanical. So it looks like you got some guys trying to come to the head, but then the group is still the main group is still there. The main group is is right there. Tadej Pogacar, Jonas Vingegaard at the front of the main group, and then the sprinter guys are off the back already. So the crazy thing is, after this climb, is it after this climb does the sprint come? No, it's after. It's 2 more climbs. So I think it looks like Vinny's going to get over this climb. If Vinny gets over this climb, that would be pretty cool. But if he gets over this climb, then he has to try to make it over the next one. If he can make it over the next one and get the sprint get the bonus. So Tim Malaire's going. I hope Benny just doesn't pack it in. I hope he climbs because he can go pretty good. Is it the national champion or the UK national champion? Riz, my boy. So there looks like a bit of a group getting getting together at the front. There is some separation. It looks like the yellow jersey group is letting this group go up the way. The group that's at the front is looking pretty big. And this is a day that I think, no, Oscar only they were. So the crazy thing is Lenny Martinez is flicking riders, and he's like 10 feet in front of everybody. He's dropping everybody, and he doesn't realize he's dropping everybody. That's crazy. So he's flicking elbow like next person, but there's no one on his wheel because he's tempoing too hard and he's leaving everybody. Tim Wellens is on the front for the main part of the peloton, just keeping the group going. And there's so much bandages on these guys, it's crazy. They're bandaged up like crazy. So this is the guys that are behind. I haven't come across Binny yet. I think Binny is still with the main part of the guys. I'm just willing Binny on because if he gets to the sprinters, but I think that's what he's riding for. I think that's he realizes this is his only option. He has to climb. He has to put on his climbing legs, So, and as expected, Lenny Martinez is at the front. There's Quinn Simmons at the front. There's Nielsen Paulus at the front, and then you got an attack on the left from Nielsen Paulus and the captain or rider, but it's going to nothing. So there's a group away. Like who's in the group? Let's see if we can see who's in the group. So in the group, you got Valentin Paret, Anison Paulus, Harry Sweeney, Lenny Martinez, Timon Arnesman, Quinn Simmons, Quentin Paca, Bruno Amarel, Ariellen Petit, probably saying that wrong, Simon Vasco, Steph Kras, Frank Vandenbroek, Michael Woods, Joseph Blackmore, and Alexei Lysenko. So those are the group of how many? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 riders in the group. So you got 15 riders in the group. But the crazy thing, this group will dwindle as we get closer to the top of the climb. This group will probably be only half of the riders that end it because this is a pretty hard climb. This is not a climb for the meek. So, and most of the guys that ended that climb pretty well. But out of this group, this is a day for Lenny Martinez. This is his day to do some damage. He is an hour and 2 minutes behind. So if he got away, no one's going to chase too hard because he's that far behind on time that they don't care. And maybe that was part of his tactic in the beginning, looking like he was suffering, and then and then now he's gonna put his dancing shoes on. So you got one rider off the back from UAE, looked like one of the big boys, which is expected. You got Benny on the back. Benny is on the back of the main group, and he's okay. He's there, and that's what he needs. He knows that he needs to be in with the show to get these points. And Benny can climb, man. Benny can. I don't know what's going on with my man. I don't know what's going on with Benny, but Benny can climb. So he's on the back of the main group, and so now it's starting to flatten out at the top of the first part of the climb. And then they're gonna go down. So Benny just got one more climb. If they don't attack and go crazy on the second climb and Benny gets over, Benny got a chance to get some good points. But it's 15 guys in the break, and I'm pretty sure at least 2 or 3 of those guys will get dropped in the next climb. So as long as like Benny is there, I don't know if he's going to be able to get the points because there's 15 guys. Wow. So that's all of the points because they only go down 15 places. So I'm just wondering, is it even worth it him, trying to be up there if he can't get any points? The whole point of climbing, if everybody is it, you're going to get points. So if you got 15 guys that are up the road, so that's all the sprint points going. If those 15 guys stay away until the intermediate sprint. So it looks like there's some argy-bargy going on, and there's 4 guys going. So Lenny Martinez will sit in there, and then he'll wait, and then he'll bridge across. Geraint Thomas, is he in the group, or is he? Where's Geraint Thomas? I got the picture on Geraint Thomas. I can't see if this is the group or if this is the. So he's not in the breakaway, so he must be up the back. Now, Pavel Sivkov. Oh my goodness, I didn't expect to see Pavel Sivkov in getting pushed back so quickly. That's not a good look. I expected Niels Paulet or Tim Wellens to be at the back quickly and early. This is looking good. This is looking interesting. So, and on the front is Adam Yates bringing back the stragglers from the breakaway group. So there's another attack from Decathlon and Lanny Martinez. I think they're sprinting for the. It looks like they're sprinting for the point, and Lanny Martinez takes the points for the mountain points. So yeah, I'm telling you, Lanny Martinez he's going for it. I'm pretty sure Lanny Martinez is going to end up with that polka dot jersey at the end of everything. Lanny Martinez will I think at the end of the Tour de France, Lanny Martinez will be wearing that polka dot jersey. So let's see who will break or make it to the finish. Will the break make it to the finish? So it was a poll put on Pro Cyclist Stats thinking will the break make it to the finish. So Lanny Martinez takes the into the mountain points. So it'll calm down for a minute, and then they will go at it again for the next one because the next it's going to intermediate sprint's going to come up first, so they may calm down. If so, Benny's right there. Ooh, Benny's right there, so it may calm down. If it calms down, that means they'll all ride together, and then Benny has a chance to take out the points at the intermediate sprint, and that's 20. That's a whopping 20 points, man. Whopping 20 points. That's if it all comes back together. So we'll see. We'll see. Benny's looking good, man. That's crazy. That it's still trying to, get in the breakaway. So they're going for the KOM points. Like I said, the next one is not until 50. It's like 55K. That's when the next mountain points are going to be available. And I put up the how many points was for today. I can't see. I'm trying to see how many points was for today. Come on, Pro Cycling Stats, you're going slow on me today. Usually they had the points up there. So I'm just waiting for Pro Cycling Stats to chuck up the results of the first KOM. So it's a category 2 climb, so they're going to be considerably more points. So Tim Wellens is still in the lead with 8 points, and Lenny Martinez moves into second place with 7 points. Tadej Pogacar is on 7, Ben Healy is on 4, and Jonas is on 4. Then you got Michael Storer on 3, Ewan Castillo on 3, Bruno Amaral on 3, Michael Woods on 3, and Quinn Simmons on 2. So Martinez got points before, so he got 5 points. So that first place was only worth 5 points. That's a lot of work for just 5 points, man. You got to climb your backside off. So who scored points today was Michael Woods and Bruno Amaral. So Tim Wellens is still, for the moment, in the polka dot jersey until we get to the Côte de la Baku. And this is the crazy thing about, so they raised the price on the Discovery Channel for those of you who want to watch the Tour de France. And before, you can watch without commercials. Now there are commercials. So it was less money and you had option of no commercials. I think it was only £4 before, and now it's 30 something pounds. And then they got crazy commercials. I'm gonna really go into this. This is crazy, man. I can't believe that they're doing this. You know, all of this money they're making you pay, and then there's commercials. It's mad. I think it's just taking the piss. I mean, you should have the option like on YouTube. You pay the premium price on YouTube, no commercials, no ads. You can just watch whatever you're watching without interruptions. You know, that's the whole point of paying like a premium price. And this is twice the price of YouTube. Twice the price of YouTube. So, and it's going to be people like me that's going to change this, and I'm going to find a way to bring you like what's going on without you having to pay anything. So you can just sit and watch it for because you want to watch it, and it's just crazy. And like YouTube is making this medium really accessible to people. So we'll see what's going to happen in the next few years. I'm here to change the game. I am here to change the game and make sure that everyone that likes cycling can view cycling. And as long as I keep doing things like this, then yo man, that's not cool at all. So it's 1 o'clock already. I guess at some point I need to go get some lunch and then leave this alone and then come back. I probably need to do another um, do another thumbnail and then come back later. And so who's on the front? We got Visma Arada bridging up. So the group getting a little bit bigger. They're still punching it, trying to establish a breakaway. I truly think Vinny is just trying to ride together, make sure he gets over for them green jersey points. Santiago Brutago, he's off the back of the group, and he was like the main guy for Bahrain Victorious, which is crazy to see him getting dropped. So I can't see if this is the front or if this is the chasing group, but the roads that they look like they're on the roads. What they do in France is basically they don't really pave the mountain roads. They they put this tar down. They put like a gel tar, and then after they put the tar on the road, and then they sprinkle this like finish type gravel. It's like little smaller than marbles. Ever play marbles when you like it's a little smaller than marbles, maybe a quarter size of a marble, and they basically spread that across the road. And on the hot days, that is some of the most horrible stuff to ride on. So it looks like that's what they're on right now. By the way, that you can just see the lines in the road. I've ridden on many of the roads in France as it is. So Vinny's still in the group. Vinny is still in the group. So they gotta be talking about that. They gotta be going crazy talking about that. Let's hear.
But I was pretty happy with being so organised to have a beret to put on during the breakaway.
So no, they're not talking about it.
These are the toughest stages that you get in the Tour de France. I know the bigger mountain stages are yet to come, but the constant climbing, short, sharp.
So that's Robbie McEwen, who's basically Robbie McEwen is funny because it's funny. Other guys are talking and trying to give insight, and he needs to bring in his color commentary like on top of whatever they're talking about. So I find it amusing. He's really he really brings a dominating voice to the point of annoyance almost like there's like lack of consideration for his colleagues. And I don't even think that or he realizes what he's doing and stuff. It's he's not being obnoxious or rude or anything, but it's just he brings that same aggressiveness that he did when he was a sprinter to the commentary. Very gotta get to the front, gotta get to the front. Has no intention of hurting anybody or hurting anybody's feelings, but it's crazy listening to Robbie McEwen talk. He's very like I can't explain what it is, but it's yeah, it's definitely off the front. So you can see there's a group away that have 16 seconds. They are about to hit the downhill. Vinny is still in the group. Now, for it to make a difference, we'll see what happens because there's another uncategorized climb coming up after this. So These roads, this part of the road looks a little better paved, and it looks like Alaphilippe is still in the front. Nielsen Paulus is like a different. It looks like a different mixture, guys. Lenny Martinez is still in there, and it's crazy because it's a really hard climbing stage, and like when I see some guys trying to get into the breakaway, like to me sometimes they're like, dude, why are you burning those matches? This is not your type of day, you know. It's sometimes to me, it's just crazy. So it's got to be those type of roads because the guys are really going through the corners cautiously, almost like the roads wet and stuff. So you can't be too, you can't be too aggressive on that type of material. If it's the gravel stones that are laid over the tar, you can't be too aggressive on that. So let's see if they mention Benny.
Bit more of a pattern in that chasing group now, with seemingly just the UAE riders riding short. 27 seconds in growing. Are they trying to just put a lid on this now?
Well, it's very difficult to know what they want to do here. Do they want to try, pull this one back 25 seconds? It is.
Sean Kelly, his favorite words are, well, that's very interesting. Sean Kelly has like 3 words that's very interesting. I can't remember the other ones, but you can bet your money on he's going to start the same way every time. So he's going to start the same way every single time. So looks like it's 144 kilometers to go. It's 28 seconds to the breakaway. Who is in the breakaway? You got Victor Campenaerts, Simon Yates from Visma Lease Bike. You got Valentin Pintri, and it says, yeah, I think it's in Van Wilde from is that Soudal Quickstep? I believe that's Soudal Quickstep from EF. EF they got Ben Healy, Alex Boudon, Nielsen Paulus, and Harry Sweeney. And then the lone rider from Bahrain Victorious is Lenny Martinez. And then from Ineos Grenadiers Total Energies is Titan Honorsman. From Track Little, Quinn Simmons. From Groupama, Quentin Bakar. From Tudor Rose, Julian Alaphilippe. Ben O'Connor, Blue Platt, Mario Schmidt from Jaco Alula, Raul Garcia from Arkea BNB, Bruno Amarel, Ariellen Perret from Decathlon, AG2R. It looks like Total Energies is Steph Kras, Frank Vanderboek from Picnic Postanal, Michael Woods, Joseph Blackmore, Alexis Lysenko from Digital Premier Attack, and Anders Johannesson from Uno X. That's a big group. Like 28 riders into that group. 28 riders. And right now the group is swelled a bit because it got sort of like flattened off at the top, and then now there's a big downhill, so the group's gonna get bigger. But once they hit that next climb, that group is gonna dwindle down quickly again. So, and I'm pretty sure I can bet your bottom dollar you're gonna have Lenny Martinez in that group. Because Lenny Martinez, he's not just in the group riding, he's there to get the mountain points. So he's gonna be at every mountaintop trying to get the points. So that's a big first group, 28 riders, and the main field is. So they just said Soren Warren Skold has from Uno X Mobility has abandoned the race. Tim Wellens is still on the front, pulling the peloton. Santiago Buitrago, as I said, he got dropped. That's pretty surprising to see Santiago Buitrago being dropped from the group because he's just like a known climber. So to see him getting dropped on a climbing stage is pretty incredible. The green jersey is 2 minutes and 47 seconds behind. Bini is still in the main group. If the main group catch and everybody comes together for some odd reason for that intermediate sprint point, that could be some valuable points gained by Bini. So Bini, I think Bini just wants to make it over the first 2 climbs, and then he'll just ride the rest of the day. So I think that's his main goal, is to make it to to this intermediate sprint. I don't think he's going to try to ride all the way to the finish with the peloton. I doubt it. So now they're going downhill, and they're going down there pretty fast. So it's like 57, 60K. Can't believe I'm still here and I'm talking, and I need to go get some food. I'm hungry. I'm not hungry. I just know it's time to eat, so I want to eat. I need to check my email. You never know. Waiting on work. Okay, what's going on? So this is the head of the course. It's a massive group, 30 riders, 33 seconds. They're not getting a lot of grace from the peloton. You got Nielsen Pullis on the front. I think he's going to be on the front for quite some time. I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the front for quite some time. It looks like they are trying to separate themselves up here in the front. So off the front, let me see if this is off the front. I can't see his number, but it's a Jaco Alula rider. It's not Lukey. It's not Plappy. Is that Mario Schmid? So now on the front for UAE. So Nielsen Paulus is still there, but they're just taking turns on the front. Just keeping the tempo steady, keeping everything intact and in check. So and it's funny that Visma is like trying to chill back and like the whatever. They should have been doing that yesterday. And this is the day you need to come to the front, and UAE is just doing what UAE does. France has some beautiful places, man. Every time they show these castles and these mountains, I want to go visit every single one of them, and they're just beautiful, man. The country is just beautiful. And saying the country is just beautiful, yesterday morning's ride, was that yesterday? No, that was Sunday morning's ride. Sunday morning's ride was a bit foggy and cool, but Saturday's morning ride was clear, the air was clear, and I should have taken some video. It was pretty spectacular. So on the front of the breakaway, Julian Alaphilippe is pushing the pace. So like I said, it's Bastille Day. It's National French holiday. So Alaphilippe is almost feels like it's obligated to be in the break. You got how many Frenchmen are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 French riders. Yeah, so you got to be careful not mixing up the French flag with the I think it's the Netherlands flag because they have similar colors. So, oh, Michael Storer is now in the break. He's an hour and 2 down. So, it's gonna be a good battle. So Michael Storer is where to is he on the polka dot points? So Michael Storer he has 3 points, and Martinez is on 7. So now they're just getting to the bottom of in this small little valley where they only be there for like 2 kilometers at the most, maybe 5 kilometers, and then they start climbing again. So they got 5 kilometers of risk, right? And in that, you might get everyone coming back together again. You might have everyone coming back together again before they hit that last climb. So it is something that the UAE can do. They can possibly bring it back together, and it's crazy. I just find it really interesting watching Visma trying to think of everything they can do to undo Tadej Pogacar. They did it that first time. I think it was the first time that Jonas won against Tadej, and they won because of Tadej's inexperience. But they won't get that opportunity this time around. Not at all. Not at all. They won't get that opportunity this time around because Tadej is more of a thinker now. He's a lot smarter. And so if Visma think they're gonna throw their cards out there and be able to do damage, no. So it looks like that Niels Pollitt is on the front now. You got Niels Pollitt. You got a couple Niels Pollitt, Mark Soler, Jonathan Narvaez, and then on the 4th or 5th wheel looks like it was Remco just keeping the check on there. haven't seen, you know, Kevin Vanquilin is still in there, but I haven't seen him as yet. So we got 5 French riders. Is it 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 French riders in that group in the breakaway. So like I said, this is Bastille Day. I'm gonna keep saying it, French national holiday. And there's Michael Storer pulling through on the front. Nielsen Paulus on his wheel, and so he just gives a little flick to Nielsen Paulus. He's is is just telling him to get out of the way. So they pan back to Alaphilippe and Michael Storer talking. So I think even though this is Bastille Day and Alaphilippe would like to win, he knows that Storer is the better climber. So he's probably going to do what he did in Paris-Nice. And I think this is a really good play, and it looks good. So we've seen this play before. And if Alaphilippe and Michael Storer could pull this out of the bag, it'll be crazy. But I think they're going to have to deal with Lenny Martinez because he's a little wily character. So from it, so it seems like the peloton's slowing down a bit. Let's stick with it. Let's stick with it. So that's, guys, it's in our best chance for the day. We have 3 men in the group. Let's collaborate over the top of this climb and keep it moving. So that's the Israel Premier Attack Team Radio. That was his words from the Israel Premier Attack Radio talking to his riders. So they've got a bit of a gap, but I think that gap's going to come down as they come out of the climb. And then also, you're going to get a lot of riders are going to go. A lot of riders are going to go. So it's like it's a 3K climb to the top, and then it drops down, and it looks like a 1 kilometer climb again. At like, so it goes up, drops down just a little bit, then a 1 kilometer climb, then a big descent down to the intermediate sprint. So let's see if I haven't seen any pictures of the peloton, if Benny is still in that group. So you're not going to see the group much today, because if these guys go away, because this is a big mountain stage, and this is one of those stages, I'm telling you, in either next year. So Benny is still at the back of this group, and he's look like he's calling for support so he can get a sticky bottle. And here's this guy attacking off the group to try to make it 29 guys up in the group from Movie Star. It's a bit late, buddy. You sort of missed that. You're gonna do all of this hard work now. You should have been paying attention. His spooty director's probably shouting at him saying, you got to get across because we only got one guy." Movie Star has, yeah, Ivan Romeo. So they only got one guy up in the break. So no, they're not chasing him. Put his name on the screen so I can see who he is. P. Castriello. So here we see a couple Ineos guys and a couple guys chasing on. So off the back. Benny's doing well, man. Benny's doing a whole lot better than I thought it would be. I thought he would have been back there with the green jersey already chilling. But this is what Benny needs to do, because he doesn't have the mouse in the legs. So Benny needs to be riding hard like that, because it's only going to do him good. Because when you punish the legs, like when you punish the legs and you hurt the legs like that, the next day they're going to feel like crap. But it sort of compounds, because what it is, you're putting your legs in a place where they haven't been before. And then in order for you to get that effect from it, your legs have to come down, sort of rest, relax, and and then you feel the effects of it like later. So all of this hard work he's doing, then after the rest day, you have the rest day tomorrow, and then I think there's a couple. Then you'll probably see him actually sprinting a whole lot better, because it's just what he's missing. He's just been missing that hard work, because he's only done half the races that I'm talking about. Biniam Gourmet, he's only done half the races he did last year. So I'm surprised and not surprised that he's not doing as well as he did last year. So this is the group. So you got somebody on the front. Looks like Walt Renard is on the front for. Is that it? Walt? He's on the front trying to set tempo. I'm wondering, why is Walt even on the front? Because he was getting dropped yesterday. So he's going to be good for like 1 climb, 2 climbs, and then that's it. Like the whole, I mean, man, that's crazy why Walt is even on the front. So this is an uncategorized climb. So Pablo Castro is 51 seconds behind the 28 guys that are in front of him, and he is only 2 seconds in front of the peloton, so he's not making any ground on the peloton. So there's Victor Campenaerts. He's not going to be around for much longer. So it was a brave effort of Victor Campenaerts. Adam. I mean, is it Adam that's there with him? Simon is the only one that. So you got Ben Healy in there. Ben Healy's. This is the day for Ben Healy, but it'll be, even if he does his attack like he did the other day, he's not going to ride away from Lenny Martinez. No way. No way in hell he's going to ride away from Lenny Martinez. And like he's a really good climber, but he tries to play like he can't climb as well as everyone else. He always tries to play down how he feels. That's not going to work for that much longer. So Alaphilippe is on the back of the breakaway group. So Lenny Martinez is to the back of this group, which is a surprise. So Pablo Castillo is back in the group, so he tried to go away, but that didn't work. So you got UAE on the front. Tim Wellens went back. I mean, is it Tim Wellens? Yeah, Tim Wellens went back to get water and everything. Now he's back to the front with Nils Pollitt. And there's Mark Soler at third wheel. And really surprised there's Jonathan Navarez and just hanging around Tadej, making sure Tadej is all right. And I don't see Jonas is about, he's about maybe 10, 11 back. So it's, no real reason to panic. So Remco's keeping himself pretty far forward, making sure that he's in check, got everything in check. So now they're in the sort of the trash zone. So they have these zones where you empty out your pockets, like, because you get your gels and all of that. And before, they were having a problem with the countrysides of all of these beautiful places. People be just like, there'll be wrappers and everything everywhere. But now that, because they dump it all in one place, now they could keep the roads and the country a lot cleaner. So it just makes it look a lot nicer. So as correction, Pablo Castillo looks like he's making it across. And his teammate is dropped back to pick him up. Ivan, what's his name? Ivan Romeo. So in a minute, they'll be up with the group, and then there'll be 29 riders in the group. I thought it was like it's just a late move trying to go across. But it looks like it's paying off. It's like he's going to get across. So he's a Spanish national champion, dragging him across. And being it's a Spanish team, that's pretty cool that they have a Spanish national champion in the Movistar. I was about to say Motorola, but Movistar. So now they're onto the group. They've caught the group up. And there's Geraint Thomas with Ladarada, and that's sort of off the back a little bit. That's crazy that Geraint Thomas looks like he's dropped, unless Geraint Thomas is trying to bridge across. I can't quite see. Let's see. Is Geraint Thomas trying to bridge across? Because he can't be dropped. And he can't be dropped. So they're showing so no, they're not showing Binny in the peloton anymore. So he must have got dropped from the group. Like Geraint Thomas is making his way up. So something must happen, because Geraint Thomas he's riding his way back. He's got somebody from Arkea BNB, and he also got somebody from Lotte. So Geraint is riding his way back to the peloton. So he's only 20 seconds behind. Oh, he's on. And Binny is still in the group, but they don't have him on the thing. Binny is still in the group, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. So I'm getting excited now. I'm sorry. I'm getting excited. Binny is still in the group. Binny is still in the group. They are 55 seconds behind. And it's a crazy, but it's too many guys, so he won't get any points. So he needs to bridge across to those guys somehow or the other. I don't know if he could do that, but he needs to bridge across. And obviously, if he bridges across, you know that he's going for those points. I don't know if you've ever been to Champs Elysees, and that is a race that if you are just a regular spectator going out to watch, if you go to the Champs Elysees to watch the race, if you get to go to Paris to watch the race, I'm telling you, if not the night before, you need to be down there at 4 or 5 in the morning so you can be at the front of wherever. Because when I was there at the Champs Elysees, the sidewalks on the Champs Elysees are wider than some cities. I mean, the sidewalks are big. So if you can imagine, if people are standing back to like front, back to back to back to back, and it's 20 deep, and then you still have enough space behind on the sidewalk for two cars to drive by. That's how big some of the spots on the the Champs Elysees. I mean, and basically going all the way around the Champs Elysees would be no less than 5 to 10 deep. Where there's some parts, like of course the bridges and stuff, where obviously you can't fit 5 people deep, but then, because it's it's a bridge, and yeah, you're not getting to the front too. So if you go like I'll go down, the race is sure be arrive. Say the race arrives at 5 or 4:30. I'll go down to the race at about 3 o'clock, 3:30. You're not getting close to seeing anything. You're not going to see anything. So you need to literally go down there early as heck, camp out, and just hold, maybe take a little stool, one of them little folding stools that stand up and down and sit down, and just like, because it's going to be a long day. So these commercials are killing me because this premium price on Discovery Channel, and these commercials, it's crazy. I can't believe it's crazy. I have to put up with commercials. If it was free, then you could run all the ads you want, but it's not free TV, man. Say with your legs, media. We coming. We coming. We're gonna change some things, man. We're gonna make some things change. We're gonna change some things. I need to find how much it costs. If anybody knows how much it costs for broadcasting rights, yeah, it's time to change the game. It is time to change the game for 200% for sure. Shaq, yeah, Shakari Richardson looking good, man, in that advert, looking fit. So it's now up to a 1 minute is the break. 1 minute is the break. And where are they to? They are on the first little downhill part before the next little thing. So I wonder if Benny's gonna try to go to the front and get a course, because he needs to. But the guys are pushing on in the breakaway too. They're trying to separate. So the EF guys are attacking hard. It's a sprint already. Oh, 10K to the sprint. Okay, I was gonna say. So it looks like there's like in the downhill they're going pretty hard, and you got EF Education off the front pushing hard and just separating everything. Like people that have missed the move, of like Michael Stoddard and Lenny Martinez. Like these guys need to pay attention. The race could go away from them really quickly, really really quickly. And some of these French mountain roads are not the nicest road to be on when it's hot in summer, because they are really really sticky. These roads are really sticky. Your bike literally sticks to the road on a really really hot days. Yeah, and they own those type of roads right now. They own those gravelly, those tar and gravel roads. So Lenny Martinez is there, and they are pushing on. They are definitely pushing on. They've separated, so the group is not as big anymore for the moment. So like the pure climbers are going to flow. The cream rises to the top. So the pure climbers will push away. So this is like only like a 1 kilometer effort. That's a shame that it didn't stay together, because if it stayed together, that means Benny gets a chance to get the points. So it doesn't look like Benny's going to get any points if these guys stay away, because they got 10K. And I don't think UAE is going to try to close it down just for Benny. As much as everyone likes Benny, I don't think I would do it if I was on the opposing team. You want to do it, you got to do it yourself. So it looks like that attack from EF is sort of calmed down a little bit. Then now on the offensive is someone from girod'italia, and it looks like the peloton is still going pretty strong. It looks like about 50 deep, and my man Benny is still there sitting at the back. Even if Benny doesn't get the points, I think if he rides for the whole day, I think it'll be good for him. I think it'll be good, and I think he will benefit from him later, like in week 2 or week 3. He'll get a stage. This is I've newfound hope and belief in Benny. Newfound hope and belief. So Tadej Pogacar. So now we got an EF rider and a girod'italia rider trying to go away. Looks like Polis again. Not quite sure if that's Schmidt or Platt at the front. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. That's crazy. They're getting a bit of a gap. So you're going to see a counterattack pretty soon. They're going to get a gap. So that's Sweeney and Ben O'Connor. 2 Aussies. 2 mates. Man, they need to just put the camera on Benny. I don't care about anybody else. I can't believe that Benny's. See, if Benny would have done this but I guess he wasn't feeling that great early in the race. And the Tour de France is a race that you can ride into it. You can literally get better as the days go on. So if this is what's happening with Benny, and if he's, his legs are coming to him, he's going to be dangerous in the latter stages, in the latter sprint stages, like the Tim Millers and Jonathan. I won't say they don't stand a chance, but they need to be cautious and watch out. So that Aussie move has come back together. Quinn Simmons looks across at him like, where you boys think you're going? Trying to keep an eye on there's Ben Healy right on his left. So Ben Healy's the man they got to keep the eye on. But I don't think this is a course that Ben Healy could go away and get away. I think this course is a bit too much climbing for Healy. So now they're waiting for this last little kilometer, and then they're going to drop down and they're going to take all the sprint points. So Bruno Amarel is on the front. Ben Healy closes the gap to Bruno Amarel. This looks like one of them cool places. Merci, Jaja. So as I tell you about Victor Campenaerts, like why Victor Campenaerts was even trying in the break. So he's slowly, they're not even really climbing. He needs to make it to the top of this because this is a short climb, but he's getting pushed off the back. But luckily it's easy enough. So on the next climb, Victor Campenaerts is going to be going, I'm pretty sure. So after they go through the intermediate sprint and they start that next category 2 climb, it's 4.8 kilometers, 5K. Yeah, that'll be the end of Victor Campenaerts. So like I said, man, I don't know who decides what and how they decide what, but it's just not smart. Sit in the group, sit in the pack. If you've got the energy to sit in the pack, stay as long as you can so you can be of good use to Jonas. He needs bottles, he needs something, he needs a bike. Just stay around, be, because you have in numbers, when you have more guys there, you are more threatening. So every time you lose a guy, the opposition will go, there's Victor Campenaerts. He's last man. He's doing everything he can to stay on with the group. There's Tade talking to talking to Mark Soler, having not Mark Soler, he's having jokes back there while guys are in there suffering. Tade's back there having jokes while someone's getting him a feed. That's crazy. That type of talent, where you can see all the distress on everyone else's face, and Tade's back there laughing and having jokes. So Narvaez and I can't see. I thought that was Mark Soler at the front, but maybe it's not. But now they're making their way to the front so they can join the rest of the team and keep setting the tempo for the group. So it's now 146, 147. So it's looking more and more like the breakaway might have a chance. So there was a poll asking, is the breakaway going to make it? And I was like, nope. But it looks like it might be a day for the breakaway. Well, my answer was no, because I just don't think it's going to stay together. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. So I think they're on the downhill now, so all the intermediate sprint points are going to go. So that's unfortunate for Benny because he's worked really hard to stay with the group. I don't think he knows how many people's up the road. I don't think he knows how many people's up the road. I think if he knew that all the points are up the road, he probably might not be riding. But like I said, at the same time, it's good for him to get himself back into some type of decent, ride himself back into shape. Let's see what they're saying, Heaven.
The 30, some of our experts are suggesting is too big. We'll get more views on that when we come back.
Is this still on? This is still on. See, commercials, crazy commercials. I'm gonna turn this thing off. Take this off. Do some audio for a second. Come on. There we go. Hopefully you can still hear me. So I forgot that I had that microphone still on. So this is an ad they're showing now for World Championships, and like saying about like cycling in Africa, which I think is bollocks. Basically, talking about like cycling Africa, how they're trying to promote cycling in Africa, and let alone Africa, you can include the rest of the world. Cycling, I don't care how accessible you make it. It's the course of the sport makes it inaccessible. The course of the sport makes cycling inaccessible, even for people in some of these first world countries. Cycling is not as accessible, and it's crazy. It's ridiculously overpriced. The bikes are overpriced. Everything. I did an article on my blog. It's in its Sloopy WordPress. If you want to go check it out, I wrote some interesting articles about like if Africa controlled its resources and they actually produced the bikes with the materials that they produce, like all the metals and minerals and everything, then it will cut the middleman out, and then the sport might become affordable to like more people around the world. So the fact that cycling is an elitist sport, you have to have money to be into the sport. There are guys that are going to get loans to get bikes. It's crazy. Guys, 10, 15K to get bikes. I still have my bike is from 2007. I have my rim brakes. I have my mechanical gears on the shifter gears, but on the handlebars. But yeah, I would like to at some point go to electronic gears, but I'm not using disc brakes. I don't need disc brakes. Rim brakes are fine for me because the noise that those things make when the rain and the water get to them, it's pretty horrible, because it's not just the rain and the water when they drive, because obviously everything comes up off the road, so everything that comes up off the road gets into the rotor, and when it dries, it makes the most horrible sound. And yeah, that's just no. I'm not having that. I'm not riding around and brakes squealing like that. Nah, it's not cool at all. No, we're not having that. So I stick to my traditional brakes. I had an idea to how to still have rim brakes but have hydraulic brakes, but we'll see when that comes. We'll work on that. But trust me, it ain't gonna cost no stupid money like what these guys are paying. That's just ridiculous. That's just flipping ridiculous what guys are paying for bikes today, and the clothing and the kits, and they're talking about, because they're bringing the World Championships to Kigali, Rwanda. It's all of a sudden cycling is going to become accessible to tons of people in Africa. It's not accessible if you can't afford it. So it's utter stupidness that they're talking about is going to be accessible. So let me see. I think we got Bruno Amarillo from the decathlon, so 200 meters to the sprint. So all of the points are going to go. That sucks, man, because it looks like Benny's going to get through.
It is Anders Harlan Johannesson who takes the monetary prize, who takes the points. And with 120 kilometres to go, we have a change in the commentary box. Larry Warbass joins us for the first time today. And Larry
Warbass is a pretty cool guy. He worked his ass off to get on that team. No one will pick him up. And then he got a call, and now he's on to the roads. So let's see when they come through if Benny's still in the group. So now we're 5 kilometers to the beginning of to the top of the next climb. So they're getting ready to start the next climb, the next category 2 climb. So that's all the sprint points going. All the sprint points are going. So we're just trying to see like who they gave the points to. They just announced a second ago. We're just trying to see who they gave the points to. So it says Johannes Anderson Holland. He wins the sprint. But let's see who they gave the points to. What's the AC saying?
Not really any climbs the whole race, so I think today's the first big test. And yeah, for us personally, our jar was going to be a little bit harder to control. He was in super shape, and he was a key piece of the puzzle. But that's how it is. So let's see today. Hopefully, we can keep everything under control, and we'll see.
At the back of your mind, or maybe at the forefront of your mind, are you expecting Visma to go early to try and isolate Tadej?
I mean, I think everyone today, like I said, is going to be, for me, big firework day. There's not really any flat, no valleys where you can kind of ride and control. It's kind of more just, every man for themselves. So we just got to stick together. We've got to, stay calm, and hopefully we can control the race well.
Final question, how are you feeling physically?
I'll tell you today, I mean, like I said, it's been a long time since we did any climbs, so I've been, kind of hiding a bit, trying to save energy as much as possible. Not so easy at all. We're going so fast these days, so yeah, we'll see today. Hopefully the leg's good, and hopefully I can do a good job.
Cheers, Adam. Good luck today. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Adam Yates speaking to Matt Stevens before the start of proceedings today.
Yep, so we cut that off because we don't want to get anybody in trouble, like myself. Trying to see in the group if Benny's still in the group. I think he's still in the group, But unless they go through the group, we can't see where he is. See, it's Intermarché, but that's not him. That's a big, tall fella. Benny's not that tall. When did Benny drop back to this group? So it looks like Benny's still in the main group. That's crazy. Benny's the sprinter. Benny's, I don't know. This is killing me. Intermarché are killing me. You know what I want? I want UAE to buy out Intermarché's contract with Benny and put him on that team. He'll get a lot more wins. You got Niels Pollard, Tim Wellens. Those guys will do a good job leading him out. And Mark Sutter, he'll have a, just dreaming and speaking out loud, man. Yeah, he just needs some dedicated lead out, man. I mean, some proper lead out, man. As Intermarché buys some real talented lead out, man. Man, Benny's going to be constantly struggling. I hate to see him there, you know, trying to work it out and figure it out. That sucks, man. So the group has 2 minutes now. Really not much of a gap. That's something that Tade could, if they still have 2 minutes on the last climb, that's definitely something Tade can get back. Tade, Jonas, definitely time they could get back. 2 minutes is not a lot, especially on a climbing stage. So it looks like Jonathan Milan is not climbing too bad because he's only 4:28 behind. He hasn't lost much time. He stayed around the 4:28 mark for quite some time. Can't believe I'm still here talking. I need to go eat something. There's beautiful churches that they're showing on they got some magnificent buildings. Doesn't even look real. It looks. It's like, yeah, man. Like some of these like places in Europe, they are beautiful, man. If you can, you know, by some way and means, go and see some of the places that are in Europe. They are pretty amazing. They are pretty amazing. So I've been to quite a few of them. So we're just watching the guys setting the tempo onto the beginning of this climb. So this next climb, it's 4.8 kilometers, 7.3% average grade. So it will have some steep parts in it, but not too bad. There's Lenny Martinez sitting on the back. Victor Campenaerts I don't know much longer he's going to be around. I don't reckon it's going to be around for much longer. Well, looks like I'm going to leave you here because it's not much else happening right now. I wish they would go through the group so I can see who's in the group. I think Benny is still there, you know. Oh, that's not Oscar Only. Oscar Only's got a mechanical. It's taking way too long. Come on, dude. See, this is the thing about disc brakes, man. If you don't get them in right. Tobias Foss, Comenius Grenadines, he's like the last man on the group. So it's not a tough climb, but it's energy that Oscar Only you don't really want to be wasting, man. So now he's got to ride a little harder than everyone else to get back up to the group. So UAE is on the front. And then you got Sudal Quickstep, Arkea, B&B, then Visma. But Tadej Pogacar is sitting behind the Visma guys. He's obviously keeping an eye on Jonas. You know. So he's riding a lot smarter this time around. Riding a lot smarter. So now Oscar Only is being paced back to the group by 195, who is, let's see who's 195. Picnic poster now. That's Tobias Lund Anderson. Looks like Adam Yates just drifting back to see how Tadej is doing. That kid was young riding in support. Man, that's a dream job. I would have loved to been able to do that. I don't know if I could do it now. I don't have the patience in this. I'm an old man now. So Oscar Onley and Tobias Fuss. So Jonathan Navarez and Adam Yates is sitting behind Tadej in support of Tadej, while the others at the front just setting tempo, protecting their leader, making sure their leader's okay. So this is going to be another one for Lenny Martinez. He's going to want to get to the top of this one first. If he gets to the top of this one first, he goes into the lead of the polka dot. So you got Alaphilippe is still there. You got at the back Adam Yates and Victor Campenaerts. Looks like he's watching his numbers hard. So he's basically doing a lot more than he normally would be doing right now. I expect him to be one of the first riders to go. So now he's going to pour the water over his head. Yeah, he's suffering. Water's not going to help, man. He's going to pour another one over his head. Yep, he's done it again. Yeah, homie is suffering. So he's looking for a sticky bottle. So what do you get when you get a sticky bottle? So sticky bottle, so he's taking out both water bottles, poured them over his head, he dumped them out. So the commissaire comes by, Oscar Onley's back in. So the commissaire will come by and see, okay, he's going to get water because he has none. So if he has water bottles in his thing, then it's like no. So he's going to come up, and what happens is the guy in the car will hold the bottle firm, so we call it a sticky bottle, and the guy grabbing the bottle will hold on firm, and then he would step on the gas pedal of the car, and it gives you a push. So it's like a hand sling and carries you along. So yeah, Victor Campenaerts is suffering right now, so he's looking for just a little bit of relief, and just that little bit of relief might get him over the climb. But yeah, crazy. So I don't see the car up yet. So I'd see the Visma car. Is that, so you can see here's Jonas. Got his nose strip on, but he doesn't get the special nose strip like Matthias Gomos. Jonas giving a wave that is pretty comfortable. It's weird, but when you look at Tadej, you can't tell if he's good, but he has this really look thing. If I'm looking at his body language, Jonas looks really relaxed, but Tadej looks really stressed. Pavel Silverkov's getting it like he's trying to get some food or something from the car. Something must be up with Silverkov because he's like one of the better climbers, and he's off. Like he's got some strapping on his neck. So what's going on there? Like he's got some work going on. I haven't made it to that level, that would have been me on the front. That would have been my job. I would have been, I'm not that guy to win. I'm just on the front, setting the tempo, trying to work hard for my leader. That's what I was. That's how I trained. I trained hard so that I could, be able to work for somebody. Gave a lot of lead outs when I was racing in the U.S. So, I was like, there's so many criteriums in that many road races. So I had to use my strength for what I could. So, yeah. But I would have liked to made it to this level, and that would have been my job. I would have been on the front. You would have seen me. I would have gotten a lot of TV time. I wouldn't have won many races, if any, because I would have spent the whole day working for somebody. You have to find your lane. You have to know what you love to do. I love to do long training rides. I love to train hard. I love to go long. So definitely would have been my strength. On the front, setting the tempo, making everyone else suffer. Making everyone else suffer, setting it up for my leader so he could go blast everybody in the mountains, or my sprinter could go blow everybody away in the sprint. So is this the lead group? Yeah, because that's Michael Storer. Everyone's taking their turns coming through. Man, and the crowds are insane, man. The crowds in there. It's a word I'm talking a lot. That feels better. Yep. Little Lenny Martinez. He looks like a little 16-year-old kid. Biding his time, waiting for he's going to get those points. He's in second place in the polka dot competition. So if he gets these points for this climb, that means he could go into the lead. So Lenny Martinez is doing that thing. I don't think he went to the front. He's doing that thing. Are Jens Voigt still there? I don't remember they were supposed to be in that spot, but I guess not. Like Tobias Force is falling off the back. I don't know, is Vinny still in this group? That's pretty cool. Quinn Simmons rides for Little Track, and he just got a bottle from the Visma guys. So now that zooming in, he's got a Visma bottle with his truck bike. So I thought they was going to say Pavel's going to drop out, but he's just going easy for today. He's got all types of tape on his neck. Got that stress tape. How many kilometers are they to? So they're getting close to the top. So they're going to close. Let's see if Lenny Martinez could get these points. So I'm all in for Lenny Martinez. So you got Roman Bardet talking to Hannah Walker. Hannah Walker is a popular or a very good British female racer. The points, 5 points at the top, 5, 3, 2, and 1. So it looks like they're putting the pace on. So Lenny Martinez is only a couple wheels back. The 400 kilometers away. I mean, 400 kilometers, 400 meters away from the top of the climb. So I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Lenny Martinez is going to go for this. If he goes for that, means he's in the lead in polka dot, because he's 1 point behind Tim Wellens, who's on 8, and right now Lenny Martinez is on 7. So Lenny Martinez has moved up the second wheel. So now he's on. Albinium just got dropped. He just got dropped from the group. He was doing good. He was doing good.
Try and hide yourselves a little bit, I reckon.
He's just getting dropped.
To those further up the road, including Tony Bocaccio.
Let's see what it says. Benny was in the group. He just got the.
Within the group, it's that kind of day. Take it easy. I'm intrigued to know what. Try and hide yourselves a little bit, I reckon. I mean, even on the climbs, Colin.
You wouldn't even say nothing about him. Look how hard he worked to be in that group, and you're not gonna give the man a mention. Ah, man, you guys suck. This is why I'm not listening to him. Like, you see Benny and Gourmet, he's a sprinter. He's the last sprinter that lasted in the group. Give the man some acknowledgement, man. That annoys me so much, man. They're just going all about that, and they talk about the same people over and over. So that's why I'm going hard talking about Gourmet every chance I can, because you know you don't even acknowledge the little efforts. So Lenny Martinez, is he gonna get the points? Yes, he got them. Did he get it? Did he get it? Did he get it? Like Lenny gives him a look like, dude, why are you sprinting? Did he get it?
We're just detailing, or Larry is, the precociousness of Adam live on a bike. Let's just review this momentarily. Lenny Martinez just slightly out of position, but this shows the power of the mount where we've got to some of these reaches. Every time he does this, I'm believing more and more in him for today.
Yep.
Takes it.
Yep, he got that. So he goes into the lead. 5 more points. So that means Lenny Martinez goes on 5 plus 7 is 12. Is that 12? Am I my math's right? So that's 12. So he goes into the lead of the polka dot jersey. That's basically what he's riding for. And the other guy that was sprinting for second, man, I hate when guys, that sort of annoys me. Like, you're not even in the runnings for the competition, but yeah, you still try and sprint for it. So I don't know. And it's not like he's trying to defend points for a teammate like Tim Wellens. He's not on the same team or anything. And that's where it gets me annoyed when you see like Brian Cocard in the sprints and the intermediate sprints going for the points, and he doesn't sprint for the finale. And when he does sprint for the finale, he's never really in there when it comes to the big boys. He's just not fast enough. You know, it's just not fast enough. Man, Benny just got dropped off. Maybe he could. There's a pretty big descent. Maybe he could get back on. We'll see. But he just got tailed off of the group. I mean, I'm really proud of Benny for that. He's just getting tailed off, and they're just going through the top. So, you know, come on, Benny, baby. Come on, Benny, baby. It's not Vanderpool. Who is that? Vanderpool is probably back in the group plateau, taking an easy day because it was a long day yesterday. The group plateau was like 6 minutes back. So, yeah, I might have to take a break. Hope you enjoy my passion. I love this sport. I don't know if people understand how much I love this sport. I said I needed to take a break about a half hour ago. So Lenny Martinez is in the lead of the virtual classification. So, yep, Lenny Martinez is on 12. I believe from, who was that? Oh, it was Uno X. So he just took 3. So that was his first points, Johannes. So he goes, if he would have got the 5 points, he would have went to 8. 5 plus 3 is 8. And Martinez would have only got 3. So he would have went to, he still would have went to 10, but he still would have been in the lead. So Lenny Martinez is on 12. Tim Rollins is on 8. And the crazy thing is just hearing the commentator saying that I think I might have to pick Martinez for the win today. It just like makes me wonder if they even watch the guys racing through the year, if they even paying attention. Because if you're paying attention, you see what riders are doing, and that's the skill that not having a radio, not having radios in the peloton. That's the skill that riders develop because they have to pay attention more. And it's crazy, like you're commentating all the races and everything, and watching all the races, and you're not paying attention to what the riders are doing in the different races. Come on, Benny, this is your chance to get back on. They're slowing up. They're not slowing up, but they're not riding any crazy breakneck pace. Come on, Benny, baby. Get back in there. I need to see where Benny is, man. I don't care about anybody else. I don't care about anybody else. We are at on the long descent now. And then I'm going to start right away on another Category 2 climb. And that I'm pretty sure that big group is going to start to break up pretty soon. Anyway, I need to go eat. I wish I was doing this with somebody, then we could just talk back and forth about what we're seeing. But how am I talking? It just throat gets dry, that's all. You keep talking like that, the throat gets dry because the oxygen, so much oxygen going in and out, and you gotta give it a break every now and then for a few minutes. Tomorrow's the rest day for them, but tomorrow's gonna be a nice big day for me. I'm gonna do short of just 200 kilometers tomorrow. It'll be my first century for the year. And when I was going well and when I was in shape and when I was 100% healthy, I did 2 to 3 centuries a week. But now, I had to fight this acute respiratory situation, which I'm pretty much getting over now. I can get back to them rides. So I done 60 on Saturday, 60 on Sunday, and 50 before the day before that, So I done 240 last week. So this week we'll see what we get up to. We'll see what we get up to this week. So we done like just a chill out 15 today because we done 60 yesterday. So we needed to relax the legs, just turn the legs. So that because if I took the day off today and then go ride tomorrow, then the legs are gonna feel like crap tomorrow. So, but just do like 15 miles, just spin, do nothing. I think I average like 11, 12 miles per hour. You just really just chill out so that the legs stay open. Benny's getting back onto the group. I knew he'll catch him on the downhill. Nice. So Benny's back on the group.
Big, long, flat sections where the gruppetto can really turn and, make up that ground on the flat. It's just, there is no...
A devil for some of those at the back today.
Yeah, I definitely think it's there's a possibility.
These
are maybe the hardest stages.
So Benny's getting back on the back.
Because there is no flat, and they started with a climb. So there's not these big, long, flat sections where the gruppetto...
Man, they're not even saying nothing about Benny getting back on. That makes me so mad.
Straight up or straight down, and yeah, as we saw for those who...
And you just like this is crazy. So what's annoying is Benny is not a climber. Benny is a sprinter, and they're not even acknowledging the man for what he's doing. That's crazy to me, man. Like if it was Jonathan Milan or somebody else, they'd be like, look at Jonathan Milan, he's made it back onto the group. That's like, come on, man. The guy's a world star. He's a world class. Treat him like that, man. So, okay. I'm back. I need to go eat for about the third or fourth time. I said I've been here for 62 hours. I've been here for 2 hours 62. Because I just saw 120, so I said 60 times 2. That's why I said 62. That's how my head thinks. So 60 times 2, so I've been here for 2 hours. So Benny's made it back onto the group. I love you, Benny. Keep on pressing on, baby. This is what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Really proud of you today, baby. Really proud of you today. I think this is going to pay off dividends. I mean, this is the work that he's been missing. This is the work that he definitely needs to get him back into contention for the green jersey. And this is the stuff. This is why you need some different voices inside of the commentary. Because if I was in that commentary box, I would have shut everybody else up and said, "Look at Benny. He's a sprinter and he's getting back into the group." And make him acknowledge the man. Make him acknowledge the work that he's doing. So that was at kilometer, looks like kilometer 100. So I could go back. Kilometer 100, Vinny gets back on. Kilometer 95, he gets dropped. So like 95, no, about 90, 97. I'm just writing it down. Kilometer 101, Vinny gets back on. Descent. So when I do my little race review report later, I can give you some proper stats. And when I do my race review and everything, so Benny's back into the peloton, the main chasing group, because there's a breakaway group. The breakaway group has 156. It's ahead by a minute and 56, and Benny's just gotten back on. So he'll get back into the group, and he coasted to the front of the group so he can try and relax a little bit, try to, catch his legs. So he's back in the group. I'm back at the pallet. Oh my goodness. Probably needs some cough drops. He's back in the peloton. He's at the back of the peloton. Come on, Benny, baby. Stay there, baby. Let's see if they say anything.
Very small things close to the finish that are not costing a lot of energy, and I think this may be the day that he repeats that kind of tactic, where he just goes for the stage where it doesn't really go too far out, but that are not costing a lot of energy. I'm just intrigued the way that Jonas has been riding so far in this Tour of Sprint. Probably right, probably be between what we've seen so far in this race, Tadej Pogačar and Jonas Vingegaard, which would be great to see. I'm just intrigued the way that Jonas has been riding so far in this Tour. He has put a few little things in, but he's done.
Oh, shut up! I don't care. I'm not even gonna listen to him. It's like it's all about. It's almost like if you listen to the commentators, they're actually trying to talk Tadej into the loss. They're trying to it's no. Where they can, they constantly try to big up. I know you want to root for the underdog and stuff, but you don't put down other people and because and rooting for the underdog or whatnot. Every little inkling of something shiny or glittery that they can say about Jonas, they try to. So there's an attack in the breakaway group. Ben O'Connor's attack. They're going to wait. They're going to let him go a little bit so they're on the next climb. So Ben O'Connor is where in the... Is Ben O'Connor even in the points? Doesn't look like it. So this is something that you will see Lenny Martinez will let him go. Let him go get. So it's 2.8 kilometers. But they'll close their back. So Lenny Martinez is on the front. 2 kilometers is a long way to go before the top of the next one. Don't look back, buddy. You gotta commit. Come on, Ben. You made the move. You gotta take care of the business. And this doesn't look like crazily steep, this part of the climb. Got 19 seconds already. Wow. 19 seconds, baby. 22, 20 going out. You know there's going to be a big attack. Who's going to go first? Jaco or Lula? Come on, Lanny. I got the stage for you, man. Don't let Ben steal your day. My money's not on Ben. Come on, Lenny, where are you at? Yep. Keeping a good cadence, man. He's riding a good tempo. Oscar Conley's looking good, man. Sitting there looking good. "24 seconds. They must have started something back there. Come on, go back. Let's see what's going on. Come on, Lenny, man. Don't let this guy steal the day for you. Don't let this guy take your thunder. Don't let this guy steal your thunder. Down to 20 seconds, so that means they're pushing on now. So this is where the guys who probably who shouldn't really be in the break will probably now get distance. So this is where it's a pretty good chance that now the break will get knocked down to half the size. 18 seconds. Paint job on those Giants look beautiful. I hope my man Chris Kelly's still making bikes, because that's the bike I raced on. I raced on, it was a custom-made steel bikes. So once I start back working again and get myself together, I'll probably, hopefully he's still making bikes. And he can make me a couple bikes, a couple frames. I won't be riding disc brakes, though. I won't be riding disc brakes, that's for sure. That is definitely for sure. So up to 23. It went down to 20 seconds. Now it's down to 20 seconds. So you can see, is that Lenny Martinez has just caught up to him? So like I said, the group is gonna just get split in half. So half the guys have gone across, and they're trying to, get across. So the thing is, the guys at the front, they gotta keep going. They can't so they're trying to go across one by one. But these are the guys that are getting dropped that that don't belong in the group. So they're trying to pick it up. So that 45 seconds. That can't be right. It didn't look like that far. Didn't look like 45 seconds. So these guys are kicking on. Quinn Simmons, Lenny Martinez, Ben Healy, the Timon Addison, or is it that Tobias Force? I'm not quite sure. But these guys are really kicking on. 700K to the so they're coming up to another KOM. And Lenny Martinez is all in. Is that Campanart? Really surprised that Campanart he's in there. He's bridged across. 500 to go. And Martinez is in a good place this time. He's not at the front. So that's the guys that are chasing. That's what I thought. So 400 meters to go. And unfortunately, Martinez is coming to the front a bit too soon. So Ben Healy's really pushing it hard. And Martinez is trying to sit back. He's sitting on Quinn Simmons. He's trying to wait. 300 meters to go. So there we go. So he's going to take these points quite easily. He just sat back and he just waited. So it goes 5 more points to Martinez. So he goes up to 17. So he's definitely going for this polka dot jersey. Martinez is the man today. Martinez is the man to, I don't care what anybody says. Martinez is the man to beat today as long as his break stays away. Because they got 3 minutes of the peloton. I don't know if Tadej wants to win the stage or he's going to try to chase it back. But yeah, long as Tadej or because Jonas is going to try to do a thing and try to trying to attack Tadej, and that's when the gap will come down. When Jonas tries to do his thing later on. I'm telling you what's going to happen. So they're going to sit there and ride and then wait to like maybe the last climb or two and then try to see if they can put thing on the back foot. So they're going to descend this one, and then as soon as they descend this one, they're going to start going up again. And then it's another category 2 climb, so it's going to be 5 more points. So you got 5, 10, 15, let me see, how many points left? 5, 10, 15, 20. It's only 2 points on the, so 22 points available left. Looks like they're on a race course. They must be on a race course.
Fun to have a leader who's going so strong, and I definitely think he was peaking there. But we hope
He was like a machine.
he was a machine. Yeah, we hope he'll be able to refine some of that form here. I mean, 3rd place already on one stage.
That Soigneau was the bomb. I mean,
I hope he'll be able to
this is a racetrack they're on.
and get back up there and not get split out right now. But I guess we'll see what happens.
I like to think that it was my breakfast egg that helped in the Tour de France.
Yeah, maybe it was because he switched from his vegan diet to your egg that one day. Extra fuel.
That was it. That's the secret. Oh dear. John, what have we got briefly here?
This is Girard racetrack, hosted 4 Formula 1 Grand Prix, 65, 69, 70 and 72. The French Motorcycle Grand Prix held there between 59 and 67. And I don't know whether you've ever seen this film. I haven't, but in 1966 film Grand Prix, starring James Garner and Yves Montand, which was based around the Monaco Grand Prix, was actually mostly shot at this racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. They climbed up to a racetrack. That's crazy. The racetrack is on top of a mountain. Even looks like a little bit of a landing strip, but it's too short to be a landing strip. Because I'm saying, this looks like a race course. So now the breakaway is down to, come on, update it. It's still not 30 guys. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys in the break. And they have a 16-second gap. That must be so cool, like these long sweeping corners. So they still have it down on our Pro Cycling Stats as one big group, and it's not one big group. So they now have 17 seconds on the chase group, which will probably come back to so Jens Voigt was talking to some of the guys that are back there. So it's down to 15 seconds. It looks like the group is trying to chase back. The group got split. Looks like they're trying to chase back. So it's 16 seconds and then 44 seconds. And then, so it's like, looks like it's 3 small groups on the road now. This racetrack looks pretty sweet. That looks pretty sweet. It's on top of a mountain. That's what makes it even more. So I think on a really good day, you can probably hear the cars or the bikes, the noise like whizzing for probably miles, because it's gonna just run across the top of the mountain through the valley. That's my car noise. That's me making the noise of a car. I wonder if Benny's still in the group. That would be cool if he's still in the group. So to go commercial. Commercial. Did they update this? Because it's like 3 groups on the road at the front. Nope, they still haven't updated that. So, well, it's been cool. I might come back again a little bit later, live or something. I'm not quite sure. We'll see. Because I can't go live and then also get ready for my review for later. Alrighty. So I had one viewer that was locked in the whole time. That's pretty cool. Whoever you are, thank you so much. Didn't hit the like button, but thank you so much for being locked in all that time. So no one hit the like button, but we had a viewer for the whole time. Anyway, that went a lot longer than I was planning to. I need to go eat some food so I don't pass out, and then just try to enjoy the rest of this race. I'm going to do my best to enjoy the rest of the race because I got to listen to these guys talk. And yeah, that's going to be a little bit annoying. But anyway, peace out. See you later. And catch you on my review later. And then obviously I will catch you live tomorrow on the rest day. So it'll be probably 12 or after I come back from my ride. It'll be a pretty long ride tomorrow. So I usually hit the road about 4 a.m. in the morning. So 4, 8, 12. So hopefully I should be back. So 4, 8, yeah. So hopefully I should be back by 12. I'll be trying to be back by 12. If I'm back by 12, that'd be pretty good. But it'd be probably closer to a 9-hour ride. Probably be back by 1. Anyway, peace out. See you guys later. I hope you are getting a chance to watch the race. And we'll do it again. So we get a few more people tuning in and listening to me instead of listening to those guys talk about the race and what's going on from my perspective, from a different perspective. So they finally broke it up. So it's like Ben Healy and Ben O'Connor at the front, and we can't see because there's a bleeding commercial playing right now. So they're finally updating it. So Simon Yates, Ben Healy, Alex Bowden, Ernest Timon Arnesman, Ben O'Connor. We know Lenny Martinez is there, so this can't be right. Okay, so it's 10 riders in the front group. They're 5 seconds ahead of the next group. "17 seconds," so they corrected that. And they are about to hit the climb. So that 17 seconds will probably go out. Anyway, man. So in the front group is Victor Kempenard, Simon Yates. So both Visma guys are there. Valentina Perret, Ben Healy, Alex Abudan, Lenny Martinez, Timon Addisman, Quinn Simons, Ben O'Connor, and Michael Woods. That's 10 men in the break so far. And then 17 seconds behind them is a group of 19. Not going to call all those names, too many. And then 3:38 back is the peloton. The Vanderpool group is 8 minutes and 31 seconds. The Green Jersey group is 9 minutes and 8 seconds back. So they're just starting to climb. So they're back. So the group, the gap is going out to 20 seconds.